Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Randy Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. It was lunchtime. I wanted a tasty burger. I decided to hit up a local spot. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for today? Happens to be my Boom! The Union Underground shirt. Yeah. Specifically highlighting their album, An Education in Rebellion. Oh yeah. If you're unfamiliar with the band Union Underground, they were a band that sort of, I don't know exactly when they came out, but they definitely hit sort of in like the early 2000s era when nu metal was still kind of, really on the rise. I went over there and picked up their album at a mall. Yeah, I know that's a very old-timey thing to say now, that I picked up a CD at a mall. All of those things are But anyway, I really fucking love their stuff, man. I'm a big fan. I wore that CD out, man. Like, that album of theirs, it's just so damn good, man. I just track after track of bangers. I love them. Been fortunate enough, I've seen them perform live twice now. They went on like a very indefinite hiatus for quite a while, but they did come back last year in 2024. I actually have videos of their performances that I've attended. Those videos are on my channel, in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction as far as their music is concerned, because I think they're absolutely incredible. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Local spot, eh? So yeah, I went over there. I woke up from my sort of like afternoon nap, and I was like, well, I'm hungry, as you do. And I was like, man, I could go for a burger. It's been a little bit since I've had a burger. So I started kind of thinking about it. I didn't want to do fast food. I was like, let's look up some local spots. Let's try to find a spot I haven't hit up, to do one of these reviews for. So I ended up going out to, boom, Muggs-N-Manor, specifically on Addison Road in Addison, Illinois. And I went over there and I got myself one of their cheeseburgers. Specifically, boom! I got myself a double cheeseburger. Now, full credit where it's due. They go over there and give you the option of what type of cheese you want. Munster is one of the options. Munster happens to be my favorite type of cheese. You don't see that one on offer very often, so I'm a big fan of that. However, so it does not come as standard as a double cheeseburger. You have to add on a patty, right? Fine. $5 for the additional patty. I know we live in the time of inflation. I understand that. That does seem like, but at the end of the day, it's about how it tastes, and it does come with fucking tater tots, so, I'm already happy about that. So let's go ahead and let's put this thing together, and let's give it a go. I have eaten at Muggs-N-Manor once, years ago, so, and credit where it's due, that ain't a bad looking fucking burger. Okay, maybe the $5, fair enough. Let's get a thing for the thing that looks like this one. that might be a $5 patty. So, but does it have $5 worth of taste? That's a really good burger. Seriously, that is proper. But the only thing, especially if the patty's this thick, I wish they would give the option of asking how you want to cook. Because, like, for me, I love a medium rare on my burger. This is definitely properly medium, even medium well. But at the end of the day, the flavor is still there. This is super tasty. That is so meaty and so fucking tasty. And the addition of the Munster cheese, like I said, man, I love Munster cheese. I love Munster cheese to the extent where I don't keep it in my house. Because if I buy it, I know that literally within a day, it will be gone. I will have eaten it all. The Munster is so nice. It has like this nice sort of earthy quality to it, you know, and like, but it doesn't move into like kind of the almost funkiness a little bit of like Swiss or something like that. That is so good. It reminds me, and I mean this in the best of ways, it reminds me of burgers that my dad used to make. My dad, you know, he wasn't much of a chef, but he had certain things that he could cook really well, and chief among those were burgers. And my dad made big, badass, delicious burgers, and this is definitely reminding me of that. Again, about the only thing that I would say, just, you know, for me, again, medium rare would have really put it over the top, but even as is, that is a very good and very tasty burger, and I'm fully willing to take the $5 hit on that, because that is so good. And even with it, again, being like a little bit like medium to medium well, it's still juicy. You're not losing out on any of the flavor. And I like the fact that it has its own personality. Like a great burger, outside of having, you know, great ingredients, obviously, it should stand out. It should make you go over there and think back on it and go, oh shit, that's right. I need to get that burger from this location. This definitely has that. That is a very good burger. Very, very good. So, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? And the answer has to be yes and yes. I'm in fact going to go over there, and if you watch my channel, you probably already know where I'm going with this. I'm calling that the business. Now, folks, if you don't know what that means, when I refer to something as being the business, that means basically it's a perfect item. You could tweak it a little bit, you could do a little bit here or there, but fundamentally, it's like a perfect item. And while, yeah, again, my only criticism is, you know, I would have preferred more on the medium rare side of things. Everything else about that is exactly what I love about a burger. As much as I love like artisanal burgers and fancy burgers and all that stuff, at its core, man, I love just a big, beefy, fuck you burger. And that is what this is for me. I'm a big, big fan of that. And that is something where, yeah, I would go back for that. Now, I definitely want to try out more of their burgers after this. So, if I'm recommending it, I'm absolutely recommending it. You know, like, it's taken me a little bit to get to Muggs-N-Manor because they are kind of a bar and grill spot. And I don't have anything against bar and grill spots, but they're not like my usual haunts. You know, I usually go to more like dedicated, you know, restaurant type establishments. This is something where not only do I need to go back there for this burger, but, you know, I was looking at some of their signage and stuff like that. They have karaoke on Saturday. They have live, or was it Friday? I don't know, one or the other. They also have live music, apparently. You know, so like it's a cool little local spot. By the way, what with it being a local spot and a burger, it's going to end up on 2 of my playlists. One being my Eating Out Illinois playlist, which is a playlist for just Illinois spots. And the other one being my Burgers for Days playlist, which is a playlist for just tasty burger reviews. But yes, this is definitely something where I would go over there if you like just a proper meaty fucking burger. You owe it yourself. If you live in the area, don't sleep on Muggs-N-Manor. And like I said, man, I'm definitely going to have to try more stuff from there. I'm going to have to do more reviews. So, but 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly burger-tastic rest of your life. Because, man, when it's burgers, it's always burger-tastic. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. When we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your favorite type of cheese? Like I said, mine is Munster, but, obviously, I like a good many cheeses. I don't know if I would say most, because, I'm sure there's so many I haven't tried, but there's not too many I haven't become friends with. But, what's your personal jam? Do you like Swiss? Fuck it. Do you like American cheese? I like American cheese. I know a lot of people, fuck you, America.